rather not, given that it's just stripy.
But should there be an attack on the village, you will now be fully protected. And that is assuming your attackers are somehow able to breach the perimeter defenses.
Which I would consider extremely unlikely. The entire Theron border will be fortified within 48 hours.
We are grateful to the World Council for its assistance. Our only regret is that it should be necessary.
Let's hope it isn't. If the Mekon has really been destroyed, who knows?
The Treens have space capability now. With or without the Mekon, they will come again. We Therons live in a paradise, Colonel Dare. Now we must learn to defend it.
Can you believe it, sir? Ooh, chocoberries.
You seem quite in your element, number one.
Blue skies, tropical breezes, and chocolate grows on trees. Oh, we're in heaven, sir. And we didn't have to die to get here.
Rather. Unfortunately, it's time to return to Earth.
Actually, sir, I've been giving that a bit of thought. There's any number of things still need attending to here. Monitoring the defense systems like, fail testing the operations modes, clearing the launch bays.
Finding a suitable beach to relax on?
No, sir. That is, only on weekends and in rare leisure moments. But I think we should consider extending the mission for just another week or 3.
Sorry, Deg. Duty calls.
Oh, sir, would it really mind if we didn't answer it just this once?
Digby.
Woo! A blast from the past going out to darling Darlene. You're listening to the Retro Rocket Request Line, and we've got Le Pigeon on Space Phone 3.
Le Pigeon?
What is it, sir?
Bonjour, mon ami. And a bonjour right back at you, Bob. What's your request?
Play for me, Love Me, Please Love Me.
You got it, Bob. The lovely, lovely, going out to Le Pigeon and all the rest of you incurable interstellar romantics.
Pierre!
Pierre Lafayette? The pilot for the original test ship of the Magneto-Atomic Drive.
Yeah, that's the one that went missing, isn't it? Not a single trace of it or the crew ever found.
That's right. 2 years ago. Everyone assumed Pierre was dead. But his nickname was Le Pigeon.
There's probably more than one Pigeon in Pierre's hometown, let alone in outer space.
No, I recognize the voice, and that song was his favorite. It's Pierre. It has to be.
And look at those lines light up, will ya? Go ahead, line 1. Who's talking at me?
This is Colonel Dare.
Colonel Dan Dare?
Affirmative.
Wow! Colonel Dan, the man Dare, pilot of the past, present, and future! Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, if I could just stop talking, I'd be speechless! I simply must put you on the air.
Sorry, no time.
Just need a bit of info. Your last caller, Le Pigeon. Do you have the coordinates for that signal?
The pigeon came homing in by space radio, Colonel Dan, my man. Signal came from the direction of that massive moon in Saturn's sky, Titan.
My thanks.
Wait!
Dan Dare out.
Ow! Retro Rocket has had a brush with greatness! I'll never wash this ear again.
Setting course for Titan, vector 033.
You realize we have no clearance for this mission?
Some things we don't play by the book. I'd been planning to look in on Titan in any event. Had a letter from Dr. Ivor a few months back. Old boy dropped a hint about some geological mission to Titan.
Dr. Ivor?
Old lecturer of mine at university. A bit irascible, but a top-notch geologist and a good chap. Want to make sure he's all right. Titan's never been explored, you know.
Well, if you want my opinion, sir, I can certainly see why not.
I'm picking up severe seismic activity.
Not surprised, darling. From the look of that layout, the whole place is an earthquake waiting to happen.
Hear that, Stripes? Subarctic conditions and earthquakes. Ooh, I'm surprised it isn't completely overrun with tourists. Well, at least we have chocoberries.
Fetch your bathing costume, Dig. We're putting down.
instantly.
We'll have to chop our way free.
Colonel, remind me again why we left a tropical paradise to come here.
The thrill of exploration, Dig.
That, plus the possibility of meeting old friends. Pierre was a handsome, brilliant pilot.
You reckon these chaps fall into the category of old friends?
Gotta be optimistic, Digby.
Kill them!
So much for optimism. Look sharp, everyone! There's too many of them! Back to the ship, now! Much appreciated, old chap.
Follow me.
Let go of me!
Intruders, die now.
Best make the first blow count. I won't promise you another.
It's the World Council emblem. Look, it matches the insignia on their arms.
Fascinating. But what does it mean?
It means we're still alive. At least for the moment.
You come.
Whoever our new friends are, they speak English, after a fashion.
Which means, sir, either they're a lost tribe of particularly aggressive Scottish football fans,
Or else someone recently brought them some comprende fruit.
your old mentor, sir.
I expect we'll find out soon enough. Splendid digs. Must be expensive to heat, though.
Approach. Bring them in, and then we shall see. Almighty One, these beings came from the sky. One of them bears the sign of the gods, the sign that heralds a new beginning. You yourself will reveal whether they are genuine, or whether they are mere imposters who must suffer the most horrible of deaths for their sheer impertinence.
There's always a catch, isn't there, sir?
Guess we're gonna find out who rules this roost.
Pierre Lafayette!
Stand there! And the beautiful Professor Peabody. Bienvenue, mes chers amis.
Here now. Gods we are. You heard the man. God?
was you, Pierre? Whatever happened to you? Nobody could find any trace of radio signals, let alone the ship.
When your radar signals disappeared from all our screens and no impact sonar could be detected, we presumed you were lost.
Moi aussi, so did I.
What on earth happened?
I am simply testing the limits of the ship's drive technology, when suddenly I realize, zut alors, the guidance module has failed, followed by the communication circuitry.
You mean you overloaded the systems?
The systems, they are inadequate to the task. And well, suddenly I am hurtling into deep space. Eventually, I crash land upon Deimos, the second moon of Mars. And there I'm able to rewire the guidance module. But alas, my injuries were beyond my in-flight training. If I return to Earth, I realize my days as a pilot are over. And so, the choice is, does Le Pigeon fly home to roost? Or does he strike out alone and make his own way in this galaxy of wonders? So, now I am the wayfarer with this hydraulic leg, taking on whatever adventures present themselves.
Translation, working under the table for anyone who's willing to pay cash. Just keeping your hand in. Same old Pierre.
This time I am hired to fly an ancien docteur anglais here to Titan in search of a rare element. Diacite.
Looks like powdered rubies to me.
They say it makes the miracle, helping plants to grow.
Odd that I've never heard of it.
In any case, I arrive here, hydraulics frozen and landing systems inoperable, resulting in a crash. Then, I run into a party of druids.
Who fell to their knees when they saw the insignia on your spacesuit.
And ever since, I have been ruling over Titan as a god, while Le Docteur delves for his diacite. But now I have company, since the Titanians assume you are also a god.
I'm not going to delude these primitive people.
No? Then we have one small problem. If the druids discover we are frauds... Here on Titan, mon ami, we have a choice. Either we are gods, or dead men. It is quite simple.
Not to pass judgment, sir, but there's a chap who'd welcome any excuse to feed our livers to the crows.
But I suppose you're right. I don't like it. Professor, you and Hank have a look around. Learn whatever you can about these druids. Dig, take Sondar and try to get the Anastasia free from the ice.
Really, sir, you're too kind.
Meantime, I think I'd like to meet this ancien docteur anglaise.
Here is where Le Docteur delves.
Look out! Everyone, get back!
Ivor!
What was that?
Blasting in the mine by the sound of it. Sheer foolishness, if you ask me, given all the seismic activity about. Stripey? It's all right, Stripes. Nothing to be afraid of. Oh, all that work, and we're worse off than when we started. In a situation like this, Sondar, there's only one thing to do.
What is that?
Consume chocolate in large, comforting quantities. If diacite is all it's cracked up to be, we should be in for a bumper harvest.
Well, back to work.
And a pleasure it is to see you again, too, Dr. Ivor.
Good heavens, it's young Dare. Now with Space Fleet Command, no less. What are you doing here?
Do I presume that explosion had something to do with you?
Blasting to extract the diasite, my boy.
In a seismically unstable area? Are you sure that's wise?
Safe as houses. If it wasn't, I wouldn't do it. Besides, the people who hired me want results.
And who are these people?
Some powerful corporation. Never spoke to anyone directly. Just received the contract and the good old money.
And you didn't bother to investigate?
Oh, it's the scientific challenge, my boy. Finding the diasite and extracting it. That's what gets the juices flowing.
If we could read the inscriptions, we'd learn a great deal about these people.
In fact, I'd say we're learning more than we wanted to.
That's blood. Our friends perform sacrifices, apparently.
Question is, what do they sacrifice? Or is it more like, who?
We offer up the blood of life to honor the gods' arrival.
My chocoberry bush.
What happened to it?
The diasite. It's poison. Colonel,
Go ahead, Dig.
something seriously wrong, sir. Diasite doesn't stimulate plants. It kills them stone dead, sir.
We've got other problems. Some sort of ruckus at the temple. You and Sondai get back here on the double.
Right away, sir.
Something's very wrong here, and it's time we got to the bottom of it.
Man, it's 9 o'clock.
Trees!
You fellas need to learn how to treat a lady.
Right!
And it seems like you're going to have to learn the hard way.
Hank, no! There's no cause to kill someone.
They were fixing to sacrifice the gal.
There will be no more sacrifices on Titan. A new era has begun. As a god, I decree it.
Oh, do you? Somehow I doubt you have that authority.
The so-called mighty Mekon. I should have known you'd be behind this.
Yes, you should have. However, your primitive Earth brain has such difficulty with logical progression.
It's all about the Therons, isn't it? They're plant-dependent. With large quantities of diasite, you could cripple them and conquer all of Venus.
Not good, Colonel Dare. Will. Here, as we agreed.
Maybe you're forgetting who you're dealing with.
Gods. These are not gods. These are meddling mortals. I would recommend you put them to the test. Let them prove their divinity, or die.
Be it so.
And I used to think Dr. Ivor's exams were difficult.
Can you tell me how? Oh, Dan might have done it. If he'd been here now, holy cow. Goddamn, does he love it? Does he love it?